everybody, and welcome. Welcome to After the Collision, we sift through
the wreckage there, Jimmy there.
Yeah, kind of wreckage there, my intro at the time. Because I was going to say something completely different for once, and I just paused there for a second, and I'm just like, fuck it, forget it. But anyway, nevertheless, I am your host, Jimmy T. He's the best in the world, and my co-host, Jamie the Vet Williams, and you are watching live on Humming Media Group's YouTube channel, and of course on channelattitude.com after the fact. Vet, what's going on, man? I mean, I've watched a lot of wrestling for the past 3 weeks. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to turn into not a wrestler, but something along those lines. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're going to collapse under the weight of all this.
Wow, that's possible. That is possible. I mean, shit, I even checked out NXT. Surprisingly,
damn.
I actually do think, and I'm not going to give away anything. You're going to have to wait till obviously Wednesday mornings for that. But I dare say it was the best show of the week, easy, for sure.
Halloween Havoc, you're saying?
Halloween Havoc, that's right. That's what I meant. But
well,
too much on the Halloween stuff. But still, it felt like a big show, man. I'm not going to lie. Everyone was in their Halloween sort of mood, if you know what I'm saying.
It just won't be the same without Shotzi.
That won't be, unfortunately. But nevertheless, we're not here to talk NXT. We are here to talk AEW and, of course, everything else in between. I just want to acknowledge the chat because it's already bopping, man. We got quite a few people in the chat. We got, obviously, I don't usually acknowledge it, but I will now. We got Zane Vicious in the house. We've also got the Professor, or that Professor, in the house. Thank you for joining us. Alexa's also in the house. I believe I saw Liz somewhere there. What's up, Liz? We got Labred as well. I mean, Frank Pickles Barrel's ass is here. We even got Zach Minjo or Mingo. I don't know how you pronounce it. But nevertheless, he says happy and good mornings on a Sunday. And is that it? I think that's it. Did I miss anyone there, Vin? Oh, yes, I did. TN Kupina is also in the house too. And I think that's about it, officially.
Wow. It's We're so glad to have you here. We're so sorry you have to be here because, man, let me tell you. AEW.
AEW. But I will say this. Thank you to everybody that's been tuning in because, like I said, we're getting record numbers, Vet, every week. It's growing. We're hitting over the 200 mark, which I'm proud about. So thank you to everybody. Keep doing your thing. Keep sharing it. Keep telling everybody that this is the best goddamn AEW review show on the planet. Just quietly. But Vet,
right.
we got to talk about some news, I guess, if there is anything. Well, it kind of is. Actually, let's start with Andrade. And I know you've touched on this earlier in the week, obviously. But do you believe there is a rumor going around now, like after all we've heard about this 1 year deal and whatnot, that he can't appear for 1 year? Well, get this. There is, according to rumors, well, Dave Meltzer, there's a high chance that he could be going back to WWE and actually wrestle in WWE. Now, if true, what do you think of that? And do you think that's even a possibility? I couldn't believe what I was reading, to be honest.
I mean, anything's possible. Anything can happen in the WWF.
That's a good old catchphrase, right? I mean, of course. And I was just going to be like, anything's possible. Kevin Garnett back in the day. But anyway.
I mean, look, rumors this, contracts that, laws this, independent contractor versus employee that, like, everybody's got their own spin that they put on this and their own takes that they put out and all the things that they said, and nobody knows what they're talking about, and it's all these rumors and yada yada yada. All I know is this: if the WWE wanted Andrade, he'd be there. If they didn't, he won't. The only difference is how petty they have to be in regards to him working somewhere else. Obviously he showed up on AEW already, and that's when the whole thing started.
Right.
So it just seems to me like they just want to interfere with AEW, forgetting that there's a human being involved, right? Like Andrade's caught in the middle of this, to his own fault. It's not like he's completely innocent in the matter, but using using human beings as chess pieces and leverage is just low class. So I know that everybody, big corporations do it stuff all the time, but I'm just saying, like, that's all that really matters to me. If you didn't want him in the company, then it doesn't matter to you where he goes after that. What's he going to do in AEW? What has anybody done in AEW? It's not going to make one bit of difference. So just ignore it and move on, really. Like, just if that's where he wants to go and they want to give him money, then let them do that. You didn't want to do it, so let them do it. And you don't care, and quit pretending you care. Quit being petty, and enjoy all the big money you're getting from, all
whatever
these
it is,
sponsors and shadow backers.
Shadow backers, I like it. But you know what? Yeah, look, it's an interesting situation though, and I think if he does come back, my feeling is that because he screwed himself, obviously, and he's not getting paid for the 90 days that was supposed to be, whatever it was meant to be. If he didn't show up, it would have been a 90-day no compete clause. But because he showed up on AEW television, apparently that turns into a year now without pay. So I guess they're feeling sorry for the guy, and maybe he can work for another year and see what happens as they move forward. But either way, if he really feels like he doesn't want to be in WWE, whoops, well, that's a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see what happens there in the future. I don't know if he'll turn up or not, but something tells me that he might. So we'll see. Just quietly, I just want to say thank you, Malaka Jones, for exposing yourself now. That is you, homeboy, 100%. And no, you're not blocked. I just missed you, but he just gave himself away. Literally. Only homeboy would complain about that, just quietly. So that's how I know. But anyway, in other news, let's see what else there is around here, because it's been kind of slow, to be honest, and I don't want to get. Oh, here we go. Apparently, this is a reason why. Oh God, you know why Billy Gunn hasn't been around AEW lately? Actually, Vet.
Oh, why is that?
Because he's got a sore back. Sounds like a joke. But still, it wasn't. Apparently, he's got back issues, hence why he hasn't been around. But if that's true, I mean, well, it is true apparently, because he mentioned recently on Fuel and Flex. I don't know what that podcast or show is, but he says that he has stress fractures in his back. His team reached out to clarify that it's a very old injury, and the reason why he's absent from TV is due to not being booked by AEW Creative also. So Billy's fine. This is a very old injury, so I want to clarify that. So it was all bullshit anyway. So basically they're not booking him. He must have heat or some shit. I don't know what's going on there, but we don't even see his kids anymore, to be fair.
Right.
What happened to them? He came back recently and now they're not around.
I remember one of them got hurt instantly.
You're right, the tall one got hurt. But I'm more worried about Jay White.
So now we have the other kid, and Ace Austin is just taking the place. Yeah. So we got the Austins, I guess.
Wait a minute. Ace Austin gets signed. He makes one appearance from what I remember. Did he make any other one?
Guess who didn't watch Collision this week?
Well, I missed a little bit of it, to be honest. So he did make a comeback?
Coincidentally, you missed the exact part.
Well, look, to be fair, I went to the restroom, done my thing. Now, I could have missed it from that part. So clearly, he made his comeback. So there you go. Well, actually, who did he wrestle? Did he wrestle anyone?
Ace Austin wrestled somebody. I forget.
Okay, so it was a no-brainer.
I'll cover it when we sift, but I don't.
All right,
I have it in my notes.
Ask something. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I know we're not there yet, but I need to know this. Did I see Tegan Knox or was I tripping?
I believe you did.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Was she called that? I don't remember.
No, I don't think she was, but I remember like just walking into the room and I'm like, hang on a minute, is that who I think it is? And then, yeah, they said her name, but yeah, I can't even tell you what the hell her name is. I just recognized her. But do you know if she's signed? I don't see no news if she's signed. I get the idea that this was just a one-off from what was going on there, do you think? Or
well, it can't be a one-off because she only showed up at a promo to talk about a match later. So she's got to at least have a two-off.
Interesting, because I haven't heard nothing. There's no news about that. So whatever the case, we'll find out.
Fightful Select didn't want to report that she signed a multi-year contract. I can't believe you, Fightful Select. Where were you on that one, dipshits?
Wow. It was sticking with AEW. Oh man, I feel sorry for this.
If you were laughing at Zayn saying that she signed to OnlyFans, can you imagine like the people that have a knee brace fetish?
Yeah, not me. Do you reckon she will actually do a knee on an OnlyFans scenario? If you know what I mean.
You got to get those knee perverts, you know.
You know what's sad? There probably is weird knee perverts.
Probably.
What the hell? Anyway, have you heard about Marco's stunt, as a matter of fact, and what he's doing now in his new career, Vet?
As a matter of fact, I have. If it's true, I saw something about him being a car salesman.
He's not Al Bundy because he was a shoe salesman. But yes, he is apparently a car salesman. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but how can a little fucker like convince anybody to buy a car? I'm just curious.
I honestly don't know. Because it's not, you know, the thing about Marco's stunt was not just that he literally has the body of a 10-year-old boy. It's also that he's not good at anything. So I really don't know how that translates. It's not like you could say, man, he just a hell of a promo. You can't say that.
No, he's not. Definitely not.
You can't even say he was a good worker because he just, you know, got thrown around in a way that anybody could and got hurt all the time because that's what happens when you're not good. So, okay, great. So I don't know how that translates to selling cars, but you know, good for him, because I always said, you know, when I come on here and I say these things, it's not really about the person. So if the person, whatever his name is, you know, has got a job selling cars, that's great. Like, I hope he sells all the cars in the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the professor says, Marco was salesman of the month after Tony Khan bought 8 cars from him.
Yeah. I mean, that's more valuable and productive than all that time you paid him when he wasn't on TV. But he still had a contract because you had to sign this fucker right as the promotion was starting, because you didn't have any stars. So you tried to make some, you know.
I can't believe he had a good 3-year run in AEW, feels like. But anyway, I'm disappointed at what I'm seeing right now. You will see it whenever you do watch this, but it's not a giveaway, right? But during Halloween Havoc, you know, the Hardys and the Dark State, they had the match, right? Obviously, I'm not going to say who won. It's not about that. But there was a vignette at the start, obviously, about the broken ranch or the Woken ranch, because he came out as Woken. Well, that's what came up on the Titan shop, but they were calling him Broken. Anywho, the vignette was very well done, but the Hardy Boys confirmed that AI actually did the video. And boy, that was pretty impressive, not going to lie. But I'm disappointed now. I guess AI is booking WWE after all, so I thought I'd throw that in. This is a slow news day, bro.
Hey,
let's see.
Just because it's a slow news day doesn't mean we have to have a slow sift.
That's true. That's very true. We can speed it up. Well, I will bring this up, and it's not good. But Abdullah the Butcher, hospitalized with serious health issues. He's 83 at this point, and to be fair, he's he's lived a long and hard life already, but it doesn't look good for him, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Abdullah is probably the reason why we're seeing a lot of the shit that we see now. Like how much of the shit that just Jon Moxley alone has done might we have not seen if it weren't for pioneers like Abdullah the Butcher. But I don't blame him because he was just doing what he had to do to get over. And he couldn't have probably known like the ramifications that would have. So
that's sad when you put it like that. God damn it.
Yeah, it's partly his fault, but that's if he's coming to the end of his run, then he deserves all the respect and everything that we can give.
I mean, can you pretty much say he's the guy that pioneered hardcore wrestling when you think about it? I want to say the guy that started it because he wasn't, but possibly kind of brought it mainstream in some ways, even though you can't really say he was that mainstream.
Yeah, I mean, when he had like his WCW run, for example, they weren't even allowed to say foreign object, let alone but
that was the definition of PG, bro. That was even worse than WWE ever was in that respect. For sure, you're right.
Yeah, so I mean, it was he was just part of the modern, like the kind of freakish stuff you would see, like, oh, look what they're doing in Japan, or those,
or Puerto Rico, even with him. But
Puerto Rico, and anything that wasn't mainstream U.S. television, but like you said, even guys like the Sheik in Detroit, were doing that kind of stuff, and just using gimmicks and bleeding all over the place, and so like, yeah, it was just, he was one of the more famous people though that did that and traveled the world doing it. And like I said, that doing that is, his part in that is gotta have had if that's from me saying it's a negative effect. If you love everything that, if you love the fish tanks and like all the other plastic bags and, forks and other things, especially the fork, that was an Abdullah special.
Oh, that's the trademark.
Yeah. If you love all that, then you're eating good right now. Because of Abdullah the Butcher, and you're thanking him and praising him, and worshiping him, because he got you all this great stuff on mainstream television today when he wasn't allowed to do it back in the day. So, from that aspect, that's the flip side of my coin.
No, I mean, it was well said. I mean, you said it perfectly. Look, at the end of the day, I think he's lived longer than most wrestlers have lived, put it that way. And he's put his body through absolute hell. So he's had a good run, man. But hopefully,
right, he's also been obese the whole time. So it's like,
yeah, how the fuck did he? That's what I mean. How did he reach 83 already, being obese all his life, and still is pretty much? I mean, it's crazy, man. But that's a testament. He must have good freaking genes.
I guess so. The madman from the Sudan.
Yeah. You know what, Vet? Everything else I'm looking at just, it doesn't matter. I think we can actually put our gloves on, and this is something I'm missing that was important during the week that we had to speak about. I don't see it or think about it, but I don't know, chat. Is there anything you wanted me to like touch on that I don't know of? If so, let us know. But in saying that, I think we can just chuck on our gloves and start sifting through the wreckage of AEW.
I'm excited.
I'm sure you are. But how excited are you?
Well, very excited. I just saw a tweet from the great J12 saying, well, check out the replay, fellas. I just don't care about wrestling right now. To me, since the move to ESPN, WWE has been flat and AEW has been since All In. That's what J12
Only
says.
since All In.
Yeah, that's what that was my first reaction. But that's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. J12 should be enjoying us, not the wrestling. We're
Tell
trying
him
to
that.
make the wrestling enjoyable for you. I should say that. You know what? Well, I'm just going to tell him shut up and get in here, but I like how you put it
Tell
instead.
him. Tell him. No,
Yeah.
tell him shut up and get in here, man. I
Shut
said it.
up and get live on the air, folks. And
That's it.
a post from the vet. And I'll
That's
put a little
right.
heart emoji just
And
so
say
that
Jimmy
he
misses
doesn't.
you already.
No, I'm not going to say all that.
I'm joking. Zane says, wait, Jimmy, did you spoil being on the next level review? No, because I'm not going to be on a next level review. I'm just saying that I did watch it because I just watched it for whatever reason. I wasn't
He did that
planning
on his own
it.
time.
Yeah,
I guess it's
exactly.
a slow world day because Jimmy had to watch fucking Halloween Havoc on his own time for no reason.
For no reason, I just chucked it on. I watched the first match. I swear I was going to turn it off, but then it just kept me there.
He could have watched a movie. He could have watched a show. He could have played a game. He could have gone to sleep.
I wanted to play PlayStation at the time. Sleep would have been better, but
could have gone and got a bite to eat.
Could have, but you know what? It was a good, quick 3-hour show, man. That's all I'm saying.
God, don't say that. All right, let's make this a good, quick 10-minute show.
Probably.
We can. Let's see if we can beat the record of the Impact Attack of like 39 minutes.
Dude, you guys have been doing some speed challenges over there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's TNA's fault. I mean, let me ask you, Jimmy, because I don't think I've asked you yet.
What's that?
So Bound for Glory, right?
Right.
And all they're patting themselves on the back, biggest crowd in the US, biggest whatever. Gate, all this stuff. It's a great show, this, that, and the other thing, right? How do you follow that up? Clip show. What do we got next week? Clip show. Can you imagine if WrestleMania goes on and then you turn on Monday Night Raw and all those people, it's like, oh, don't worry, there ain't no show this week, so you can just go straight home. We'll show you a couple little WrestleMania highlights, and then we'll have like Apollo Crews come in the studio and talk to Vic Joseph or something. Like that's essentially what you're getting with TNA's follow-up to their biggest show ever.
What would they do that, man, to like their biggest show ever, like you said?
Because, well, Todd Brantley's not here yet, but
because TNA.
Because TNA. That's right.
I do want to say though, they outdrawed WrestleDream.
Well, I mean,
it should say something,
right? But AEW followed up. And
nothing.
Yeah, they didn't. Now, let me put it to you very simply. Spoiler alert: AEW's follow up was trash, but they did follow up. Right. They did do something. They did put on 2 shows after the WrestleDream. TNA did nothing. So, anyways, let's talk about it. As Trick Williams, the former TNA champion, would say.
Oh, God.
Dynamite. First, we're going to get the Ketchup Dream. Okay, so we're going to go back and look at any of the highlights. It's kind of weird the way they do the highlights for this, because remember back in the WWF days when they would show you a still photo and a still photo,
right.
And then they'd have the audio kind of, right? Well, this was kind of like a little bit of motion, but then they would pause it. Like they would show a little bit of something, then pause. It was weird. It was interesting the way they did it.
Really.
Yeah.
Is it Encore presentations with their pay-per-views? I'm sure there probably is, right?
I mean, maybe, but like nowadays when you purchase something, you basically have it forever, so you could just keep watching it.
That's true. Because back in the day, correct me if I'm wrong, if you ordered a pay-per-view, it deletes itself after 2 or 3 days, didn't it?
I don't know. I had pay-per-views on my like DVR box for years.
I'm talking about back in the 90s now, like late 90s, early 2000s, maybe.
Well, but if you're talking about late 90s, then that means you would have recorded it with a VHS tape. So.
Absolutely, I did. Hell yeah.
So it doesn't. I mean. So obviously your VHS tape doesn't delete.
Well, yeah, of course not. But I mean the actual box itself. Like I'm pretty sure you're able to watch it maybe one more time, and then it would delete itself after a couple of days and whatnot. I could be wrong, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, definitely not. But let's just move on with Dynamite. Hang person Adam Page says he's going to ruin Joe's life. And we know he can do it. If Joe has a house, it's not safe.
It's not safe. He's history. I mean, shit, he will.
Then we start out with the Opps versus the Hurt Syndicate for the Trios Championships. Did you enjoy this contest?
I don't know why, but I didn't like it as much as I should have liked it, though, man. Is there something wrong with me? Because this match, talking about a la carte, it had all my, a la carte things there, but I don't know, man. I was just expecting more, but nevertheless, it was still all right for what it was, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm getting, again, it's just these multi-man matches. It's just too much, even though I love everybody here, but just, I can't keep watching the same shit over and over. And plus, you're putting these guys in trios matches all the time. I'm talking about the Hurt Syndicate at this point. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It was all right. It was cool. But I was just expecting more. That's all.
Yeah.
But
well, sometimes some people like peanut butter.
Right.
And they also like pizza.
I love pizza.
Now, you don't want to put the peanut butter on the pizza.
Hell no.
And maybe that's what we're getting. Speaking of that, Richard Bronson victory.
Thank you. That's why. Oh man, you're a character. Don't you dare, Rick. Peanut butter jelly and sausage? No thanks. Or burger, whatever it was. Hell no.
Hey, J12's here.
Hey, what are they?
He forgot the shut up part because he put 2 comments. But anyways, no, just kidding. He says, "Yo, man, what do you think of Jimmy T calling Big Ray's AI videos the other day cool?" Well, I mean, it's Jimmy T. Come on, didn't you say that? Well, of course he's going to say that. He's AI himself. What is he going to turn against him? He's going to turn against his own kind.
My compadre, you know what I mean? Come on, AI is my compadre. But apparently, my AI is shitter than the WWE AI. I must admit, that was a good AI, though. I'm a little bit jealous. No, that's disgusting, Zane. No, hell no, I would put freaking peanut butter on my gyro, bro. Yuck. Imagine that. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. And look at Rick. Peanut butter and jam and wings are also, no. Don't do that.
I don't know about all that, but my point was sometimes you can like 2 things separately and they don't mix together. If you love peanut butter on pizza and my analogy doesn't work for you, just replace my analogy with whatever 2 things you like that don't go together. And that's what I'm trying to convey to you. If Jimmy doesn't like the Hurt Syndicate, who are supposed to be heels, but everybody likes them, or you don't like, or you like the Opps, who were baby faces kind of, but are heels, but even though they were baby faces, they weren't acting any different than they do when they're heels. Like,
it's confusing.
Yeah. The whole crowd is going to be like, what do I do?
Not Seekos. The Seekos will eat it up. Don't worry.
Did they? I thought really. They were relatively mild in this,
They were mild, actually. Very mild.
No, we'll talk about what they ate up. Okay, but that's not now.
Right.
So yeah. And J12 said that, and I got to respond to J12 again, not to give him preferential treatment, but it's because it's relevant. He says they ran me off, and it's because he thought it would get better. And I told you it wouldn't. In fact, if you check the tapes far back enough, you'll hear me say the phrase multiple times, everything only gets worse. It never gets better. Not just wrestling. Nothing is improving. It's 2025. Things don't get better. Nothing gets better. From the minute we're all born, we start dying. It's over.
Jeez, man, come on. But
deal with it. Deal with your own existential crisis face to face.
Just don't turn it into a midlife crisis. That's all I'm saying. Just
all right. Well,
deal with it.
Yeah. But anyway, yes. So, enjoy the show. MVP gets choked out here, and then Samoa Joe does a promo. It's not like Hobbs and Shibata are going to do it. So Joe does the promo, and he basically, just to sum it up for those of you who didn't listen, Texas women are fat and their sports teams are bitches.
Well, I mean, he's kind of right. Hey, look,
Texas he took a lot longer to say it, but that's essentially what I came away with.
Well, you know, he's kind of right.
Yeah, but not all. I mean,
But not all. No, the chicks are not really that bad in Texas.
no,
I'll say that. Not that
no,
I've been. It's just what I've seen.
just from the size of Texas alone, there's got to be a
Wow.
ratio of good,
Of
something.
course. Absolutely.
It's the
Come on,
percentages.
they're very cuddly Texan girls. Anyway.
Speaking of cuddly, the CEO arrives.
Hey.
And
Hey.
yeah, and Renee is with Chris Statlander, and Chris Statlander will either accept the CEO's challenge or challenge the CEO. Yeah, CEO challenged her for the belt. So
Yeah. Last week, wasn't it? Originally.
Yeah, so is this going to be what, number 14 or is it
I've lost
12
count. I thought
still?
we're at 12, aren't we?
Okay, I think we're at 12. I guess we're or are we? I don't know. Anyway, point is, by this recording time, maybe we're not at 12 anymore.
Well, it was like last week because as soon as we finished, she captured number 12.
Yeah. Darby Allin lets us know that he will die for AEW. This came with a full entrance and everything. Like, he came out, got in the ring, basically talked for 2 minutes, and then got out of there.
Dude, tell me you've seen the Air Hawaii interview yet with him?
Just a clip, but I didn't watch no.
Bizarre, that's what I'm saying. You have to see just for how weird he is. But anyway, Darby, I love Darby. I really do. But I feel like even this still with the not the Opps, with the Dick Riders, it's going nowhere, dude. I still feel like what's the end game? He's not winning a championship. So what's really the end game with him and them? Is he gonna like get rid of him? They're not going anywhere. They seem like they're cockroaches at this point. I just don't understand what's the end game when there's no belt on the line. You're not extinguishing these guys. You hate each other so bad that you end the match in a scorpion deathlock after getting drowned almost. I mean, I just don't get the logic anymore with this company, all these guys, including Darby. I'm sorry, Darby, but God damn it, dude.
Well, it's not Darby's fault. You're making it sound like this is in a sense, you're making it sound like this is real, like Darby's actually going after them. You have to stop thinking like that. What's wrong with you?
That's all right. Because
AI, there's a glitch in AI, guys. We're working the bugs out. We're still.
I'm trying, but I want to say this. He loves John Moxley.
Yeah.
He said that.
But anyway, so basically this is what I was saying is, and if you watched the Wreckage last week, you heard me say how they could completely end the Death Riders and move on. But I don't know how you're going to do it if you don't do it. Like, if John Moxley loses the belt first to Hang Person, okay, then he quits, or even if he didn't say I quit, which he should have, because he robbed us of the stipulation, but even if he said it, didn't say it, whatever, he loses that I quit match. Okay, so there's nothing left. Like your team of people should no longer believe in you. They should turn against you, disband, anything but continue this bullshit, because you've got nothing now. You lost your belt and you lost your integrity. So what is the purpose of the Death Riders anymore? The one thing they had over people is they could say they were all weak or whatever, but now that you're losers, you're weaker as everybody else. So your existence is pointless, like Jimmy said. So if you can't end it now, when can you end it? Why keep it going? So, yeah.
True.
NWO came in to take over, and then they just decided to rent a room rent the spare room, like, we'll just be here. Yeah. So I have a t-shirt. Oh, I have the red t-shirt. Oh, I have the Mexican flag color t-shirt. Like,
yeah.
So
the silver and black one too.
Oh, don't forget that. Don't forget that.
The band is back together shirt.
Jesus Christ. Speaking of the band is back together, Jungle Express do I guess this promo took place after WrestleDream, like in the back.
Did they wake up?
Yeah, they definitely woke up. Well, I went to sleep. And they Jack says he's going for the tag belts. Once again, Jack proving that he didn't get any of his dad's acting ability or anything at all. Not even his dad's size genetics, which is hilarious if you see how big Luke Perry is. Not.
He kind of looks like his dad, but his dad was just way more of a stud.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Yeah. Oh, I guess he's got Anna Jay, so that's a good thing.
Well, speaking of studs, Megan Bain. So this is a 4-way. This is a weird stipulation. So we have a 4-way tag team match, and the winner of the tag team match, because this tag team match, all 4 teams in this match are in the tournament to crown new tag team women's champions. So whoever wins this match gets to select their first round opponent in the tournament.
Wow. This is a dumb stipulation personally, bro, but whatever.
All right. Well, I'll put it to you, Jimmy. This stipulation or another bag full of money?
Wow.
If you had to pick one.
Jesus. You know what? I like consistency, even if it's for the bad. I'll stick with the cash.
All right. Well,
you're getting consistent cash. That's a good thing.
Yeah, we're gonna get cash later, so don't worry. Yeah,
absolutely do.
Well, Penelope gets haterade. She drinks a big tall glass of haterade, and then Queen. Here's the teams. It's Megalope versus the Dark Sisters.
Yes, let me.
If you want,
I got to get to it, but yeah,
all right, it's Harley and Willow, and Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter.
Sisters.
Yeah, and Hayter and Aminata, Queen Aminata actually get the win, as you said. Mm-hmm. And they get to pick their first round matchup.
And who do they pick, Jimmy?
Well, who do they
come on, man? You just did it. You just did it.
The Dark Sisters.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Well, I guess they are the weakest. You think?
Well, they're just. It's not that they're weak. It's just that they're mad at him, so they want to,
Oh no, but
because the heat with the triangle, so they're being baby faces confronting their, confronting their rivals right away. And
well, for doing that, I hope they lose.
They might.
I truly do.
Hey, look,
they won't lose.
Saw, looking at that bracket, right? Which
pretty weak.
I don't know if they show it later. Okay, yeah, I'll talk about it when we get to it.
Okay. All right.
Professor says cash matches mean Khan don't pay AEW wrestlers well. But on the other hand, though, if you win like a $500,000 match, you could take the rest of the year off. So
yeah, hey, someone should do that.
We're all
refuse.
Yeah, we're all working just to get in that money match.
That's it. It's all about the money. The money.
The money. Well, we're not to her yet either. We almost are. Okay.
Yeah, not quite right.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see. My notes got screwed up here. Renee catches the Young Bucks at Tony Khan's door, and they want a money match. They're actually banging on his door, like, give us a money match. Give us one of those money matches you're handing out. Yeah.
They act like junkies, bro.
Yep. And then we actually get Tony Khan to appear on the show. He comes out and actually answers them for a change, and he says he's going to give him a money match.
400K.
Huh?
400,000, right?
Or something like that. The team, it's going to be an all-star 8-person.
All-stars.
Yep, they're all-stars, every one of them. Which means that it's going to be Jungle, Lil Brooks Jensen, Luchasaurus, Kevin Knight, and Mike Bailey, all superstars, versus
the Bucks.
The Young Bucks, and they said they team up with anybody, and it's going to be FTR.
Why do they always have to be involved one way or the other, these guys?
Well, because the professor, who says, did you notice Tony kept looking at the camera while doing the skit? Yes.
100%.
He can't help it. Yeah.
The best tag team in the world, apparently. Allegedly.
Oh, They're best. Yep.
They're
And
better
Bailey's the
than
baddest
best.
man in wrestling.
Yeah.
He's got a black belt, Jimmy.
He does?
Yeah.
No way.
Because karate's totally real, right? And it works.
It works. It works. I mean, it does wonders. Telling you.
Okay, so Renee is hosting the 12 belts Ultimo Moné celebration, complete with cake.
Cake and all. Yeah, I was going to say cake and all. We got cake, definitely.
Cake.
Hey, turta. Exactly. That's what it was. For your Spanish listeners out there. A turta in Greek is the same. So, so shout out to the Greeks too out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we got a cake out, and we don't have the CEO out yet, but that's because the puppet is here, the money puppet. And so Harley's doing her usual shtick, and then she even gets Renee doing the CEO dance, and everybody's laughing and having a funny time. And then the real CEO shows up, and she is not happy about this. She dismisses the belt boys because she has a hot guy carrying each one of her belts. They're all dismissed. She gets to the ring. Renee is dismissed. Then she puts the puppet in the cake. But surprise, 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 motherfucker. Stat was there the whole time, and she ends up putting money through the cake and table at the same time.
So I'm also embarrassed for Miss Moné. I mean, Jesus. At least we got cake, though, on a typical table spot in the ring. That's a bonus, right? I mean, she got to eat it. It looked good. I mean, she was still in it later on, too. She clearly didn't have a shower. So, I mean, what can I say about this segment, man? Let's just shit on Moné in a 12 bout segment. That's all it was.
Yeah. But I heard she's an egomaniac and she's a mark and she cares about these belts and
that's the good thing because all the sickos. I love how she's been arguing with every idiot on Twitter. I don't know if you've noticed that because clearly no one understands why she has all this amount of belts. You know what I mean? And why it's not her, it's the heat. Look at the heat she's getting for having those damn belts. But they don't realize that though, Vet. That's what's hilarious. They actually think she's literally the best in the world because she's got 12 trash titles, including the Owen Hart one. They complain about that. Again, it's called a heat. Hello? Yeah. It's heat.
Well, how many are
going to get pissed off?
Yeah, and also, how many people are going to try to make content saying nobody cares?
Right, exactly.
Clearly, somebody's making you don't need to tell people that nobody cares about something if it's true.
Exactly, man.
You just don't talk about it, right?
Right. But people think, she's the man, bro. 12 belts, absolute, biggest wrestling companies around the world. She's the man. Forget Becky. It's money.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely.
And, yep. Well, I know that, I definitely know that, when all history is said and done, that you can always point back and say that I was on the right side of it. So that's the important thing.
And you've always said it. I mean, shit, I've seen it with my own eyes. I still can't get over Cappuccino Jones, though. That one still trips me out when you first brought him up.
Just show me 8 by 10s. I'll tell you a star.
Yeah, I heard you say that, actually.
Yeah, so the other thing that's a couple notes on this. Number one, I know that the cake is only there to get destroyed.
Right.
But I would still buy a fancier looking cake. just I know you've got the money, right? You can
Wait a minute. Are you calling Tony a tight ass?
I'm just saying maybe like better cake, this is just a regular sheet cake. Yeah,
it looked like a sponge, yellow cake, really. I mean,
yeah,
probably
I would do that.
Shit.
That's number one. But the other note I had was what's good about this is see when she goes through the cake and the table at the same time, see, that means she has to sell the table. Because
Right.
what is worse, Jimmy, than when someone gets their face in the cake and then they have to scream for 10 minutes like it's acid or something, like sulfuric acid was just poured on their face, and it's just like, dude, you got a little frosting on your face. You are not gonna freak out that bad. This is terrible, right? So she avoids having to do that by having to sell the actual table, right? See, that's the smartness, the genius of Mercedes and Miss Pepperday to write the segment that way.
Although she did sell the cake too, though. Let's be honest. I mean,
yeah, but I'm talking about like in the moment, like when you first get your
enough.
and then what? So you got both the people there, and you're gonna stand there screaming at the cake instead of like try to punch them or something, right? You're just gonna scream in front of them. They're just gonna watch you.
Remember.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever.
Do nothing. You're getting burnt.
So, what's in this frosting?
Imagine that. What's in this frosting?
Yeah.
The peppermint effect. The cold blooded said.
That's right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the peppermint stings. John Moxley cuts one of those, like, he has one of those cinematic promos with music after. This is also again after WrestleDream, supposedly. Maybe
it's still a dream though. Like, and I'm not talking about Biggie or anything. It was all a dream, like you quoted last week, which was funny. But he could possibly still be dreaming. That's why we hear that ambient music in the background.
I see.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe they got that dream technology from NXT, where you could see inside the dream. You know.
You can see inside the dream. Well,
yeah, you could. You could see Wendy Chu's dreams. You could see Apollo Cruz's dreams. Like we've been able to see a couple dreams. Nobody over, but like, you know,
it doesn't matter.
People.
You can see the dream. That's all that matters.
Speaking of over, though, the conglomeration, they walk Kyle O'Reilly out for his match with Jon Moxley.
Yeah, I mean, this is, dude. What's with the freaking friends thing? What's up with that?
The conglomeration. They're going all in on the conglomeration.
I don't like it, bro. It's funny, but I just don't like it. Just, you know what I mean. I know you're not supposed to take them serious, but when you have someone like a Mark Briscoe, even a Tomohiro Ishii, it just, I don't know, bro. It's a little, too much for me.
Yeah. Well,
that's just me, though.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's supposed to be silly. The whole thing is just people thrown together. So, but now, so here goes this match, right? It's Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly, and of course, you're immediately thinking, God, why do I have to watch this? Because not only do you have to watch Jon Moxley, but you already know what's going to happen, right? Or do you? Because I'm not gonna lie, I did not see this finish coming.
I didn't see this coming at all.
Nobody saw this coming. So whether that's a good or bad, that's up to you. But you can't say you predicted it. So basically, Kyle O'Reilly has Jon Moxley in a hold, and Jon Moxley just punches the referee.
Is that a thing now? Is that what he does?
I guess.
So instead of tapping out, he'll punch a ref. Instead of getting pinned, he'll punch a ref. I mean, come on.
Maybe.
Ridiculous,
so,
dude.
Yeah, like I just yeah.
Hey, you know what? There was a lot of hold for hold type of matches. It was kind of a wrestling match. I mean, that's a positive. You know what I mean? Mox tried to keep up with Kyle O'Reilly, but the thing is, did this win do anything for Kyle O'Reilly, and will it do anything? Absolutely nothing. That's the problem. So why have him really? I guess it doesn't really hurt Mox, but at the same time, you lost to Kyle O'Reilly. Like,
well, yeah, it showed that you were desperate enough that you couldn't even just beat him like you beat everybody else, and you had to punch the ref because you were scared you were going to lose. And I think in their mind they think they're telling a story with this, but I just don't think that. Maybe a story works best when you have the whole thing in your mind and you write it out. But if you're writing the story chapter by chapter and you don't know where you're going.
I see. Right.
So like, if you're trying to say that like, oh, because John Moxley just lost an I Quit match and now he's in another submission and he doesn't want to quit twice in a row, so he punches the ref. I can see where you thought that was some psychology and storytelling.
Psychology, right?
I've definitely seen worse, but
yeah,
it's up to you whether you like it or not.
It's psychology, I guess. It's a bad take at it, but nevertheless, I just hope something comes out of it. But like we're saying, nothing's going to come out of it. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day because I don't know how to continue. Like, I love it. Stevie Richards has been calling AEW and their style of booking bipolar. I don't know if you noticed that. I've been saying that for years about it, like over the years from day dot, that AEW is bipolar booking. And now I love that Stevie's saying it. He didn't get it off me just quietly. But, great minds think alike, I guess. But it's true. All this shit is bipolar. It's all over the place. It's not going to matter. Colorado won't get anything out of it. He's not going to get a title shot. Mox's not even the champ. So it doesn't even matter. Who cares? And that's what's sad. At least if WWE were to do that, something would generally come out of it. Like, for example, Bronson Reed, when he first beat the shit out of Seth Rollins, at least he got elevated, right? Here, we're going to get no elevation whatsoever, man. So, yeah, it's sad for Kyle, I guess. And just to answer Cold-Blooded's question, how Kyle looked sleepy, well, he's still dreaming from WrestleDream, Cold. Come on. He still hasn't woken up yet, bro.
Yeah,
and yes, he's diabetic.
They just rolled him off the couch, the conglomeration couch, just to have this match. He was taking a nap on it.
It's true. He books short story after short story. Well, he's a pretty short dude, bruv. He says, "Pop, Cold-Blooded." Anyway, let's move on.
So after Mox punches the ref, then a bunch of refs come in. The rest of the refs come in and be like, "Hey," and the conglomeration come in and they're like, "Hey." And then there's a big old brawl because the rest of the Death Riders come in, right? But also, but also, the scheduled match is supposed to be the other conglomeration versus the rest of the Death Riders. So we have a big chaotic schmoz in the ring where even the referees, even the AEW referees have said, all right, this has gone too far. We'll sit back and watch you murder people or attempt to murder people, but you're not going to take a regular punch at one of our refs. No, sir. That's a bridge too far and you must pay. So anyways, so while there's all this chaos and brawling, right? And then the match is supposed to be Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Mark Briscoe versus Danny Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli. So we're brawling, but now this match is supposed to happen. So what do you think they do? Do you think they start the match hot? Or do you think this is a good trivia question for the people. It's a A or B multiple choice. Does AEW A keep the brawl going and start the match hot, go into the heat, and make a hot comeback for the baby faces? Or B, does AEW hit the reset button and have the people that were just fighting each other with fists and whatever they could grab lock up and start doing tackle drop down spots?
We're waiting for the answer. Either way, it's a big to keep it a B.
Yeah.
He's right. It's not that. I'm just saying why. How they started the match.
So that's an example of, the kind of psychology when people are saying like, maybe the fans don't that even if you subconsciously watch that, there's something about it. Even if you like AEW, there's something about it that doesn't work in your brain. There's something about it that you're like, something's off. I'm still enjoying the match, but something's off here. That's what's off. You don't go from fighting to headlocking. It just doesn't work. The whole idea, the whole psychology of all pro wrestling at its most basic, just if you walk in to a building, You bought a ticket. You don't know any wrestlers. You don't know anybody on this promotion. You're just sitting there and you're waiting to be told a story by these guys, right? The whole idea of a wrestling match is you have a contest, and when you can't play by the rules anymore, you break the rules, and then the fight happens. Right. Same thing with hockey. You don't just go into hockey and start punching before you even try to, get the puck and score a goal or anything like that. You don't just you don't do the face off and then just start punching. You have to play the game first. That's the whole fucking idea. What are we even doing here? Why do we even have a ring? Why don't we just have an open space in the floor and just let whoever they want come out to the middle of the arena in the crowd and just start fighting anybody? Just start fighting any of the wrestlers. Don't worry about having matches. That's pointless. Let's just have spots and brawls and, people. Let's just have people start talking and then get interrupted. Let's not even have any structure on the show at all anymore. Let's just have a big sort of fight orgy in the middle of the arena. What do we need matches for? What do we need bells for? What do we need referees for? Everybody just does what they want. So what are we doing here?
Look, it's where the best wrestlers though, Vet.
Yeah, right after you fight.
It's I don't know. It's because of AEW. I mean, what else can you say?
Yeah,
it's just backwards, bro.
Todd Brantley's not going to be here to tell us, then we just have to say it ourselves.
That's it. Sorry, Todd, if you're listening, but yeah, cause AEW. I mean, it's just simple as that.
Yes, but this is why you're the professor. Add some cash to the match. All right, there you go.
Oh, yes, that's true.
That's all you need. So anyway, Briscoe hits the Jay Driller to Wheeler Yuta, and then Pac and everyone swarm. And then, even though they just lost the match, but apparently now they can fight. And then Darby comes out and makes the save.
He's a savior to the people.
That's right.
Oh, we got a question, actually. Hey, Kevin Marty. What's going on? Toto Aposto. Just wondering. Anyway, he says, hey, Jimmy and Vet, who is more boring? Dark State or the Rough Riders? Glad to be watching the Wreckage live. Thank you for watching, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we're glad you're watching it,
Absolutely.
Kevin. That's an interesting question. I'm going to have to go with Dark State because they are god-awful. However,
wow,
the best of the entire bunch has got to be Saquon Sugars. So we have to
a lot, man.
We have to figure out a way to extricate Mr. Sugars from that group. Well, actually, we got to get him a better name because that name is bullshit too. But we've got to get him out of there, right? Everybody else is a lost cause. They're either washed up or they're never going to be dirty, I guess.
They're all young, right? Because they look pretty young. But they're huge for young dudes, man.
Yeah, they're huge, young, green. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get into that match, but just brace yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So for that reason, and the fact that, these guys are basically the same faction and they just keep repeating these factions, Dark State is the third attempt in recent years of doing this anarchist group.
Yeah.
You had Sanity before that. Right. You had Retribution, after that,
they're all the same, exactly the same.
Yeah, they keep recycling the same idea, and that you think putting different people in is going to make it any better. But like I said at the top of the show, everything only gets worse. Everything is a successively worse version of what they started as. So Sanity was actually the best idea, and then Retribution was worse, and Dark State is worse, and
we got worse, right?
They're not even Timu Shield. That would be a huge compliment to Timu.
Yeah, they're nothing like the Shield, really.
Yeah. So Alicia is with the CEO, and the C in CEO stands for cake now. The cake executive officer. Nice. Yeah, she's upset. And here comes Athena, though. And she basically drags Mercedes off, because she proposes that, it's like, look, we got to stop messing around and we need to just win these tag team titles.
And they will.
And she grabs her by the arm and like, let's go. Like she's a child.
Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, are we going to get new tag champions, you think, with these two? I do.
Well, spoiler alert, we better. But is now like, we're at the point, basically we're at the point where we're about to reveal the brackets, which I'm not going to say everybody's in the tournament. You can Google the bracket if you even care, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't put the belts on Athena and Moné, then what's the point of any of this?
Oh no, they will. And they're going to kick ass too, bro. They're going to be dominant champions, I think. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the only way to go, because if anybody else wins, people won't really care. Like, they just won't. So the idea is and the tag team division, obviously, it's literally thrown together because we only heard about these belts like a couple weeks ago. And when have we ever really seen, like a serious, we're just a women's tag team, other than the Renegade Twins, maybe. You don't really.
The most, you're right. They're the most tag team out of any tag team.
So I would say, if you are serious about having a women's tag team division, if you put it on them two first, and then you get to the point where you actually have a legit team that can eventually one day beat them for it and then make it mean something, that's how you would do it.
But will they?
Yeah, if you just put it on a random, I don't know, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, like, that's not going to do shit for anybody.
All the belts, you're not elevating anything at this point. Yeah, no, you're right. But Professor thinks that Bane and Ford needs those belts.
No,
not
absolutely
yet.
Not. Absolutely not.
But what's going to happen though, for sure, because TK is very obvious. Obviously, them becoming tag champs is going to lead to them to having a match, and of course, Moné taking that belt too. Can we get 20 belt Moné by the end of the year, possibly?
Yeah, let's get Aaron's let's have him help him win his bet.
I mean, shit, he might be onto something.
But anyway, yeah, so I love this because, one, it's Athena back on television where she belongs, and also the way,
she's a new minion too. See the CEO.
Yeah, right. Like, again, so for everybody that's saying she's a mark and an egomaniac, it's like, well, she's not acting like one on TV, because why would she agree to this if that was the case, right? She knows what's best for business. Trust the CEO. She's a CEO.
And that's sad.
She's a cake executive officer.
That's right.
All right. So Kyle's in the ring with Don Callis. Talking about Kyle Fletcher now. And Mark Briscoe interrupts and says, I don't need a million. Yeah. He said, Don in his promo said, like, you could face Kyle Fletcher a million more times and you will never, like, he will win a million more times. And then that makes Briscoe come back off. He's like, I was about to just go home and start enjoying myself, but you had to run your mouth,
But he's running his mouth saying it though, which is funny.
Well, yeah. So anyway, he says, I don't need a million shots. I only need one more shot. And then Don's like, no. So, so are we getting that match? Definitely.
Absolutely.
Because you wouldn't mention it if you weren't getting it. But anyway, Don said no. Cliffhanger. Then they show the brackets for the tag team thing. Okay. So we get to see that. Then Renee is with Mina Shirakawa, and Tekla interrupts, and then Mina challenges her to a match on Collision. Great.
She made me laugh on that match, but when we get there, we'll talk about it. But anyway,
when we get there. So the main event, actually a main event for a change.
Yeah, a real main event for real.
Right. Not just the rest of the people you forgot to book on the card thrown into a multi-person tag. It's Bandido versus Okada for the ununified.
Yes,
something with a U. Yes, that championship.
Right. Whatever it is.
Yes. So I don't generally take the time to savor and enjoy things anymore, but if it's an Okada singles match, I gotta just sit down, relax, put the bib on, Get the fork and knife ready and just enjoy,
That's right.
And I say that, but at the same time, like, legitimately, I enjoy the match because I like watching the artist work.
Dude, he's a character too, man.
The wrestler's wrestler of all wrestlers, unless you're Jim Cornette. But hey, he wasn't a wrestler technically.
That's true.
He could work, but he wasn't a wrestler. So maybe he just doesn't get it, or maybe his brain is so broken that he's just forgotten what's good anymore, because the only person that ever does basically what Jim Cornette tells every wrestler to do to a T is Okada. But yet that's the guy that Jim hates the most for some reason. The guy that listens to him, the guy that's the paragon, the real paragon, the guy that's the best worker, the guy that's the biggest star, the guy that does all the things right. That's the guy that just gets Jim Cornette so upset. So anyways, this match was a masterclass in how to work, because you got a guy like Bandido who would normally just do a lot of his spots, but now he's got to have an actual match. So how's that going to go? This is a masterclass in how to get the crowd. Because like you were saying earlier, they weren't that hot for like even the guys they liked, like the Hurt Syndicate. Of course, they're going to sing "We Hurt People," but like in the match, they have to kind of just be like, "Well, I guess we like this." Kinda. We're confused though, because we used to like Samoa Joe like 2 weeks ago, Like, so, like you got to get these crowd into it, and they sat through this whole show up to this point. And by the end of this match, that crowd was really loud compared to where they started the night. So
for once,
right? That doesn't,
like you said. Right.
Yeah. When do you ever hear a Dynamite main event get this loud?
That's what I'm saying. I'm actually happy for it. Like, I'm actually smiling because Okada's antics throughout this match actually brings a smile to my face, and I'll get to that.
Right.
When you're done anyway, but yeah.
Well, yes, but I'll use that to make the next point. This is also a masterclass on how to turn the crowd when you are more over than the guy you're wrestling. Because with all due respect to Bandido, like Bandido's not that over.
No.
Not in America, and not even really in Mexico compared to some of the other people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he's no Mystico or anything. You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, absolutely not. No, we need that yet.
Yeah. So when you have somebody where, even though Okada's always been a heel and he entertains the people, like they cheer when he gives them the finger, they cheer when he says bitch, they cheer when he does the things that he's doing as a heel, they cheer for that. But here in this match, he is being a heel, and he's got the people to turn on him and boo him for what he's doing, even though it's the same stuff he always does. Because he made the people believe in Bandido more. They like Bandido. Of course they like him, and him and Brody together as a team, they like that. They're not super over, but AEW crowds are with it. They like it. But that's the thing. Like, he takes that, and instead of like just doing what every other AEW wrestler does and get their shit in regardless, Okada's working the match in a way to get Bandido cheered, get Bandido over, not put the focus on himself. Okada's not the guy to do 1,000 moves. He only does what's necessary for the match and the spot on the card he's in. That's why he's the best. It's not because of any moves he does or anything else. It's just because he always does the right things at the right times. And this is a perfect example of that. And of course, he has people thinking that, hey, Bandido might do this, but then all of a sudden, Rainmaker out of nowhere, 1, 2, 3.
That was cool. I actually liked the finish, and it wasn't a whole bunch of near fall finishes. It actually was it was great. It was a great match. But what made me laugh is Okada trying to no-sell Bandido's mum in the crowd, dude. I don't know if you noticed, but when he went towards Bandido's mum, for whatever reason, you could tell that Bandido's old lady is a fan of Okada's in real life. Because as soon as she saw it, she's like, hey, Kazuchika. She started like touching his hand. And he's like, don't do that, right? You know what I mean? And he's backing away and he starts laughing. He's trying not to laugh, but he's just looking at it like, you bitch. You literally just like exposed me. You know what I mean? Like you full exposed me. And but that popped me though, because the way he reacted, he smiled back at it, but in a sort of condescending way, like how dare you do that? You know what I mean? But he didn't say nothing. I was hoping he'd turn around and go, fuck you, bitch. But he didn't do it. Obviously, they seem to like each other. And that was a cool moment, even though it takes away from the psychology of what Okada is trying to achieve here. But still, the mouth popped me, dude. And just his reaction was just funny as hell, man, because he hardly ever smiles during his match. But this time he was trying to hide it, but he couldn't help it. And it was all good, man. So, yeah, but like I said, man, I love Okada. These two seem to have gelled pretty well. But again, it's all about Kazuchika Okada, man. You can put him against anybody on this planet, and he can just slot right in and still get a great match out of anyone, man. And that's how much of a consummate professional he is. Some people say he's not being used right, and to some extent, I can sort of see that. But then again, he's only ever lost 3 matches in AEW, dude.
I think people are just expecting that that he would have been like more prominently featured as a main event player. But I guess if you really, if that had happened, like if they just had him come in and just beat everybody and he's the guy, then everybody would be saying even more of what they're already saying. Like, oh, you paying this guy for this. He doesn't even do, he doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. No one cares about Okada. In Japan. Like they'd be saying it even more if they did that. So like where he's at is like he's hiding under some of that. It still comes his way though. But
absolutely.
Right.
But I don't think he cares. He's happy with his spot, I think.
No, everybody who's making guaranteed money really shouldn't care about their spot on the card anymore, because that's the whole thing. Used right doesn't mean anything when you get a base pay regardless. If there's no incentive to make extra, then you can't really say like whether you're being used right or not. Now, of course, I can just tell you, like, at least for me personally, I don't. Okay, let me put it to you like this. If I could make more money, I have a job. If I could make more money than I make at my job by standing on a street corner with a cardboard sign panhandling, I'm still not going to do that, even though it can make more money, because I have self-respect. I don't want a handout. I want to earn the money I get. So when you're a wrestler and you're getting a guaranteed contract, no matter how lazy you are, you're going to feel some guilt because you want to work, especially if you travel to some city. You want to travel to some city and shoot a 3-minute pre-tape and then have to go back home? Think about the hours you spent traveling just for that. So you want to be used, you want to work, you want to earn your money, right? But at the point that the wrestling business is at with their contracts and guarantees and all this shit, as long as you're doing something that you feel is worth the time, I don't think you're as concerned about your push, because it's in AEW, it's not going to help you like earn more, right? You can only sell so many t-shirts, right?
Absolutely.
So I if it was like the old days where it was incentive based, like you could get bonuses, and maybe there are provisions in their contract for some wrestlers. Like if you do a certain amount of this, then you get this extra, whatever it is, then yeah. But I don't think you can be upset with your spot if you're making the same money. Is what I'm saying.
He could have been in a worse position, put it that way. But I do love the finish, because I feel like we're getting could we get the red and black on one side, black and white on the other? Could there be a division of the Callis family, it seems? And where does Don Callis sit in all of this? Because clearly we're drawing the lines here in the Callis family. I won't lie though, I'm starting to really, I know you're not his biggest fan, but Takeshita is starting to get an aura to him, dude. And I kind of like that for whatever reason. I like that because because look at it like this. I know they're trying to paint in some ways, whether you agree with it or not. It's like both of them are looking at each other in the mirror. You know what I mean? They see themselves in each other, right? Especially Okada, I guess, looking at Takeshita, because Takeshi's that young up and coming, even though he's in his 30s.
It's where I was looking at
exactly.
where I want to be.
Exactly. And that's where the tension is, which I like. I think this story, believe it or not, is actually the best storyline in all of AEW, because the way they're treating it with respect in some ways. It's a slow build. They don't usually do that in AEW. So I actually appreciate that.
Yeah. And you're right. I don't care about him. But that doesn't mean that I don't see what you're saying, because for a long time he was just another guy that walked out there.
Exactly.
So does it take New Japan saying he'll win the G1, he'll win the belt? Like, does that take that for Tony to want to use him differently? Or was this always the plan, or whatever happens?
No. I'll go with A on that one.
It was
never the plan.
Probably A.
100%, bro. There's no way they planned this, because they can't.
Right. But I'll tell you this right now. If the plan is for this guy to go over on Okada, then Okada's already in his mind thinking of ways to make that mean the most it can mean when it happens.
Right.
Because he knows he was there with Tanahashi, right?
Absolutely.
So he knows what it's like to be, like you said, in the Takeshita spot, getting groomed for a major spot, right? And being something else. So I know that he's going to do what's best for business always. That's another reason. That's reason, of many of 1,000 reasons why he's the best. That's just one of them. So yeah, it's going to be, we'll see if is Okada good enough to get me to change my mind about Takeshita. That will be the true test if he's the greatest.
No, I'm serious. Whatever's going on with Takeshita, whether it's New Japan and Okada, they're doing whatever they can to get this guy over, and it's slowly starting to win me over, man. And right now, I'm leaning towards that. I'm actually starting to dig Takeshita and where he's at. He's starting to feel like a big deal, and that's thanks to New Japan and even Okada, the way he's treating him. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's a testament to all of them.
I still think it's a cheese sandwich, but we'll see where we go from here.
Hopefully he wins you over. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, it took a long time for me, put it that way, but I'm starting to dig it. I'm starting to see it. That's all I'm saying.
But I will say this. I don't believe, no matter what happens, Okada is a special guy. Tanahashi is a special guy. They know the right things to do. I don't know if Takeshita's brain works that way. I just don't. I don't trust anybody that comes from DDT. I'm sorry.
No. It's just don't even get. I hate that promotion, bro.
So I'm just telling you, even if he gets to the spot they're in, would he be able to do the same thing the same way for somebody else in the future? I don't think so. But I could be wrong. So I hope that he proves me wrong. But looking 10, 15 years down the road, when his time is up, is he going to know what to do for the next guy? That's the question.
Well, hopefully he's learning right now. Put it that way. Because if he is, and I think he seems to have that sort of respect for the people that came, before him. He does come, like, I don't know him personally, but I just sense that he does understand, and hopefully he really does. So I think he's going to learn. He's under the learning tree right now. Legit learning tree. You cannot not.
Well, he's under it, but is he learning it? That's the question.
He is. He's got to be. Come on. He's got to be. Otherwise, Okada won't put him over, man. I'm telling you now.
That may be true. Well, anyway, this show's over. Not our show, but Dynamite. Like you said, or if you didn't say it, but basically at the end of the show is like the whole family's in there celebrating with Okada, but Takeshita's not. He's on the apron or the ramp looking. So they look at each other and it's funny. Then we have Collision.
Yep.
And my God. So anyway, Hank Person's in the ring. Again, he reiterates what he said in that promo, that he will ruin Joe's entire life. Great.
It's just the same shit.
Yep. Apparently people really like Hangman's promos.
He just says the same shit. I mean, I don't get why people even like the guy. I mean,
and he says it the same way.
Yeah, on the same night, really.
Yeah, every time he's on the screen, I'm always like, "Why are you yelling at me?" I didn't do anything. That's my feeling. That's my feeling. Listening to it. I was like, "Don't yell at me, man. I'm just sitting here." I didn't break in your house and like throw a t-shirt in your baby's crib.
This guy,
don't yell at me,
on, man. Look, but if I want to be honest, right? Look, without shitting on him, he understands how to deliver a promo, right? He just doesn't know what to do in a promo, if that makes any sense. His cadence is there, the delivery is there, but what he's saying is not matching all that. You know what I mean? So he needs to learn the other parts properly, and then he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Well, he also uses a little too much of a vocabulary, I think, for
wrestling fans?
For a guy that's got a dumb phrase as cowboy shit. He sure does use a lot of flowery language in his promo to, maybe if you're going to talk like that, maybe, if you're going to talk like an angry Keith Lee, maybe you should like come up with a more complicated catchphrase too, like other than just cowboy shit.
I think someone like a Tony Khan would literally be like, "No, you're fine. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
You're fine. Just do it." You know what I mean? And that's what he does, unfortunately.
It's not fine. So Pac has a challenge earlier. I guess he wants to challenge Tomohiro Ishii. Why? I don't know. Apparently he just wants to. So that's what we get. It's Pac versus Big Tom. Yeah, it's a question of like, okay, so now Pac is wearing the new gear again, like the singlet with the long tights, the socks. And
I'm talking about Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah, and then Ishii's got the Conglomeration's new music now, which I don't. If you're robbing me of Tomohiro Ishii's theme song, the greatest theme song in wrestling, then I'm pissed. Like you already pissed me off. But anyway,
I rolled my eyes straight up. I'm like, no, they didn't do that. But as far as Pac goes, you know what? I was pissed because when you told me how we went back to the old way, and then what I see here is back to whatever this is, I was like, damn it. I was like, really, damn it. But you know what I do like? He seems to be the leader without Moxley or Castagnoli being around, which is cool. You see the hierarchy with the Dick Riders, obviously. He's the third Dick Rider, and everyone's following him. But he'd be a good, if they ever break up this thing, right? He'd be a good sort of villain in it too. Like where I could see he'd be a good type of leader where he really brainwashes his subjects, if you know what I mean.
You're talking about Pac now?
Followed him? Yeah, with Pac, I'm talking about. Because the way they were following him, it just looked like, him and his minions. It just suited better. I don't know why. Whereas Moxley, I just don't take serious at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, because if you want to talk about somebody that's somewhat believable in what they say, Pac definitely sounds believable. So
it sounds like he means it, man, for real. You know what I mean? And that's what matters.
And he looks like he means it.
Absolutely.
And he's pretty much got it all except for height. So
unfortunately,
if that's the only thing you're missing, we can work with that. Anyways, yeah. So anyway, but here's what doesn't work for me. So not only does he win this match, pretty sure he would have, but he wins with a clothesline? He just runs the ropes 10 times and then hits him with a clothesline? Since when? Look, I'm not asking you to go up and do the red arrow or black arrow or whatever color arrow you want to.
Right.
Yeah, like I get it. You don't want to do that anymore because you're trying to save your body now, but a clothesline? A clothesline? A clothesline. For the guy that has no neck, you're going to beat him with a clothesline. Really?
Dude, well, he got the win. So, and the match was kind of long, man. Like, Or was I tripping? It felt long, dude.
It was a bit long.
It was, which is odd. But
Yeah.
still, nevertheless, that lariat is what, yeah. What can I say? I mean, there's a lot of no selling too in this damn match. But that's all right. That's fine. It is what it is.
A clothesline?
Clothesline. I mean, it's a just say lariat. It sounds better. It doesn't sound as bad.
A lariat?
Yeah,
Which is what? A clothesline?
I tried,
bro.
Man. I tried.
God
I tried
damn
to make
it!
you think differently.
What's wrong with these people, man? Now, if Big Bill hits you with a clothesline, right?
That makes sense.
There's something,
Bill. Right?
Right. Yeah, he's gonna have to lean over to do it, but still, like,
lean right down.
That's why he does the big boot instead, a foot clothesline. But
yeah, essentially.
Anyways,
could have been a schoolboy though, like Labrat said.
Yeah, it could have been. So Tekla versus Mina.
Another long ass match, bro. What the hell?
Did you know that both these women were undefeated on Collision before this match?
I actually didn't, and I don't care about a stat like that because it's irrelevant.
But it means something's got to give, Jimmy.
Because they're undefeated on Collision.
Somebody's got to be defeated.
Who freaking uses a stat like that? I've never seen.
What if there was a draw and then they both remained undefeated? Never thought of that, did they?
I guess they didn't, but again, it wouldn't have mattered because they've both been defeated a lot. Maybe not on Collision, but still, it does nothing saying, "Oh, these two women undefeated on Collision." Something's got to give. There's your stakes. There's your storyline right there, man.
Well, it's something, all right. So the Dark Sisters going, they're looking on.
The
Dark Sisters, He-Man.
Yeah, actually, they're not called the Dark Sisters. They call them the Sisters of Sin. But I'm going with my own gimmick for this. So,
dude, that sounds like a bad porn, though. Let's be honest. The Sisters of Sin. Ooh.
Sisters of Sin. That's only when they're not the Triangle of Madness.
Well, yes.
But what happens? Wait, I just thought of something. What happens if it's Tekla and Dark Sky, for example? What do they call that tag team?
Darks, actually.
Dark Spider.
Ah, okay. And then
something like that.
But then what do they? But then do they? Yeah. But then do they call it Julia and Tekla Dark Spider also, or
Dark? Well, it didn't work.
Dark Spider.
You still call it Dark Spider, bro? I don't know. I mean, what would you call it with Julia and Tekla?
Hound Spider.
Something. The trapdoor.
She used to be in the Hounds of Hell, so maybe maybe it's a Hound Spider or a Hell Spider.
It could be. I mean, it could be. But you know what? The thing about Tekla,
or a toxic hound.
Ah, that's a better one, actually.
The
boring
spiders.
Liz says boring.
Boring is.
Oh, come on, Liz. They're dark. They're dark. Come on.
Boring. Yeah, look.
Dark. Boring.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Tekla's no longer, or Mina's, I should say, is no longer undefeated after she gets a spear and the death trap. Of course, the Dark Sisters did get involved and cheat on her behalf, but it was actually like
the spider dance was funny though. I mean, come on.
yeah, it's definitely funny. But yeah, so there you go. Lexi is with Ty J. They get interrupted by this is where you saw Tegan Knox, whatever she's being called.
Check me out.
And Miranda Alizé, who
I've heard of her.
I've seen her before. TNA probably.
She's been around.
Probably here in AEW, probably Ring of Honor. Definitely seen her. So yeah, there's that hot tag team. Look forward to that. Yeah. MXMTV is getting ready to do another casting call.
I love it.
And once again, they're reading Arcadiora, the Riot Act, and the
This is
best
fucking
part,
hilarious.
the best part was when Mansoor called her. She looked like a busted can of biscuits, which whenever you see like when the top comes off of the biscuit can and like the dough is just like expanding out.
Yeah, this is fun. What makes it funny is that the girl, the poor chick, she's not even like ugly, you know what I mean?
No.
But they're just calling her like just a piece of trash, you know? I mean, this was, I love MXM, man. I don't care what anyone says. Them two are so money, man. They need to utilize them so much better because they're characters, man. Legitly. I mean that, literally. They're characters and they're funny as hell, dude. I don't know how they're not getting used more.
Well, it's 2 weeks in a row, so maybe they are.
True, hopefully. But
let's make it 3 in a row. Let's make it 3 in a row.
Let's make it a trifecta. But I'm sick of Johnny Mundo, Johnny whatever he is these days, Johnny Collision, whatever, and his wife. Get him out of here, man. Like,
well,
done, bro.
At least for this, he didn't really have much to do with it other than standing there, so it was good.
Still.
Now, Taya, on the other hand, actually is the one in the match for this because they ask Arcady to announce the match. They're coming out. They don't even know what the match is. And they find out that the match is actually Taya versus Olympia from CMLL, who you may know if you ever watch CMLL, which you don't, I guarantee it. But anyway, here she is. They have a match. It's kind of a squash. She picks Taya up and squats her a couple times before she gives her like a sit out F5 thing, or more or less a variation on what Megan Bain used to do.
Well, yeah.
Olympia. What are your thoughts on Olympia?
Olympia. That's just my thoughts.
There you go.
That's the strong win for whatever reason. I don't know why, but still, Olympia.
Yep. Okay. Big Business Bad Apple Bounty Hunter Brian Bekeith versus Ace Austin. That's who Ace Austin wrestled. Bekeith.
I actually saw it in the end now. I kind of done a little backtrack. Well, you didn't notice, but I saw it. But anyway, yeah. Ace with a strong win as well.
Got to get a strong win. This was one of those matches where, okay, so here's where I tell you, I give you guys a peek behind the curtain. This is AEW Sunday Wreckage Unreal with the vetted Jimmy T. Okay,
Sunday Wreckage Unreal. So
here I am. It is on the West Coast time. It is approximately 8:30, 8:45-ish at this point. I'm watching this show. I'm trying to actually watch it. No, PM. I wake up a little bit early. I'm very tired, but I wake up early because I'm thinking I want to try to cram Collision in before work instead of during work. So maybe I can, just relax a bit, or at the very least, I don't have to watch as much Collision at work. So I'm sitting here, and when this match comes on, once the match starts, I'm like, why don't I just rest my eyes?
And say, I didn't watch it.
Let the announcers do their job. Paint the picture for me. Describe to me what's happening in the ring, Nigel and Tony. Like, really just bring me into the match so I don't have to look at it, because you know how it is when you wake up sometimes, Jimmy, in the dark, and like even the light from maybe your phone is like, it hurts your eyes. Man. You don't want to. So the TV is really like, it feels good to just close the old eyelids, listen to the dulcet sounds of Tony Schiavone. Like, how nostalgic. I've been listening to Tony for 40 years. This is very comforting. Yeah.
It's day.
And that's what happened here. So I heard the match. I heard the hell out of it. Didn't see it, but I do know that Ace Austin won with the fold because they told me he did.
Well, there you go.
And I heard a noise go foomp, like when he hit the mat. So
the fold.
Yeah, so I did hear the
with
fold.
No volume.
Yeah, I hear the fold. I didn't see the fold. But he wins
For
with
me, it
the
was the other
fold.
way around. I didn't hear it, but I saw it.
Interesting. So
Yeah,
between
that's
the two of us, we got a full review here.
We actually do. We actually do. No, but I was looking at it while we were talking, like, talking right here on the Wreckage. I just on the other TV, I just had it there just to see. And it was nothing. It was nothing special. What can I say? It was just
Now,
pretty quick.
did not Juice and the other gun come out with Ace to
I didn't
start?
notice that, so I don't know.
Like just the start though. I don't think they were at ringside.
They weren't. Well, see, I didn't see the entrance part, but I didn't notice if they went around ringside. I don't recall that.
Well, my eyes were closed, so I couldn't tell you. Anyway, let's move on.
And I couldn't hear it. So.
Lexi asks Don about the feud between Okada and Takeshita, and he says everything's fine, and he says we're actually going to have a family summit on Wednesday. So, all right, whatever that is, look forward to that. Lexi's now with the Outrunners, right? So, okay, all right, Outrunners. Here we go. Some TV time for the Outrunners. Interrupted by Gay Times off screen. And then they come back like after Gay Times is done arguing with each other and going away. Then they come back to the thing and they recreate the "We're live, pal" spot. He's like, Dalton Castle's like, let's do this again. Let's start this over. And Lexi's like, we're live. So anyway,
ding dong.
There you go. Nice callback.
For sure.
Griff Garrison versus Hook.
The
frat house. The frat house is on the outside. They are glistening, oiled up, like so shiny to the point that it looks like they were basted for Thanksgiving early and are getting ready to get put in the oven.
I mean, they always look like that. Come on, man.
Do they? I mean, I don't actually look at them, so I couldn't tell you. The most offensive part, even more offensive than how oiled up the frat house was that, well, Griff Garrison totally dry, but he actually got offense in on Hook, which I was watching it. I'm like, even though this match was like 30 seconds or whatever, the fact that Griff Garrison got that much offense in, I was just like, is this not over yet? It felt longer than watching him try to fight in a wrestling ring is like, that felt like how long the what was that match that was super long on Dynamite?
On Dynamite, the super long match
With the women.
Now I'm thinking of Collision, those super long matches.
No. It's like this felt like Tekla versus Mina length.
Right, that's why I've already like forgotten Dynamite long match.
Yeah, God, no. But Hook did choke him out. Then Olympia says she'll see Mercedes next week.
I mean, she's a tank.
She's going for that CMLL title to get that back.
Can I ask, what's with the Mexican chicks always sort of wearing similar masks? Have you noticed that? I mean, they all kind of have the same mask most of the time, just in a different color.
Yeah, like they have like the pointy masks.
Is that supposed to mean that they're female? Is that what it is? Am I missing something?
Couldn't tell you actually. I'm not that. That's a good question for a more
versed. You?
Yeah, I guess so. I never thought of it.
That's crazy. You actually not knowing something about it. Wow.
Lucha Libre is not my area of expertise.
Imagine that. Imagine you were a full Lucha fan. Wow, that would have been a different band.
Yeah.
Wow, that would have been crazy. In another timeline, maybe.
Yeah, another timeline. So Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter and the Dark Sisters package vignette thing.
I've said it already a million times.
Said it plenty of times. All right, here's your main event. FTR and the Bucks versus the Jet Speed Express, just like we talked about on Dynamite. There was a funny part where they like, I guess Jurassic Express brought a beach ball to the ring, and
We're going to the beach.
we're going to the beach, and not the jungle, the beach.
Beach.
Yeah, and Cashin takes a chair and smashes the beach ball and pops it with the chair.
That was good though. I like that.
Yeah. By the way, is Cashin just giving up on tanning?
Yeah, I think so. I bet you his wife was like saying shit. Who knows? But I actually find it better if he keeps going for the tan because it brings out more sort of heat for whatever reason. Literally, because he just looks like even more of a douchebag. Just the thought of him having a tan, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if he's gonna look like that, he's not gonna get in the frat house.
Nah,
For
so
damn sure.
He should just go back to the tan. But hey, look, I'll say one thing about FTR. They've really been the workhorses for Tony when it comes to tag matches. I'll give him that. I don't like them, but they're working. They're working a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to
working a lot, and they're not getting any better still. Weirdly,
they're not.
Anyway,
they're the best.
Well, I'll give you. Okay, all right, Jimmy. I'll give you an example. These are the kind of things you won't hear from good old Jim Cornette because he will refuse to say anything bad about FTR, even though he came the closest he ever did this week when he just completely gave up on them because he says they've been booked into oblivion, so nothing they do
he's
matters.
Blaming everyone else, right? I get it.
Right. I mean, he's not wrong about that, but he still absolves them of any blame in it. Like, and to be fair, look, the things that I criticize him about, that doesn't matter to Tony Khan or the AEW fans or really anybody. It just matters to me because I got the education. But they're the ones that are supposedly the last bastions of real tag team wrestling. So here's what I'm saying.
Sure.
If I'm in a match, tag team, 6-man, 8-man, 10-man, 12-man, no matter what, if I'm in the match, this is never going to happen. And what happened in this match was Jack Perry, who, remember, we're the Jurassic Expressing in. We've got a beach ball. We've got a dinosaur. We're done with the school bus shit and the scapegoat and all that. So we're the good guys again, right? Isn't that what we're doing? We're teaming up with Jet Speed,
so.
right?
Yeah, you think so, right?
So tell me why they do the spot where Jack is antagonizing FTR, and then when they tag in to go get him, he runs to the corner and tags in Luchasaurus. Is that a heel spot or a babyface spot?
That's a babyface spot, dude. If you're taking in the Luchasaurus.
No, but I mean, but to do the thing like, come on, and then tag in the big guy.
No. That's different. All right, absolutely. That's the opposite. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the end game is with these guys and what they are. I'm leaning towards them. I said this last week. Jack Perry's gonna turn. I just feel it, right? So he's gonna do little heel things if that's what's happening. If it's not happening, right, and it's a big if still, because I won't put it past him not doing it. But he is showing sort of signs, I think, and I think, because I'm not sure still, that he's turning heel. So if he is, then that's fine. We got to give him that. You know what I mean? If he's not, then it's ridiculous. So again, I'm left confused still because I don't know what they're gonna do, bro. Like, and that's why if I knew 100%, then it wouldn't have bothered me as much as obviously bothering you. But still, well, how do you feel, really, Vet? Do you think he's gonna turn like officially a heel?
If I'm turning heel, I'm not tipping my hand.
Fair enough. It's fair enough, man.
Because what is the point of any turn? It's supposed to be a surprise. And no turn is going to matter anymore. Look, wrestling's dead.
Matter.
It's over. Wrestling is as we know it, is over. Nothing matters anymore. It's just getting to the next thing and getting the next paycheck and doing whatever bullshit stunts you want to do and outlandish bullshit. There's no good wrestling anymore. Okay. So for, as far as booking goes, you can still have good stuff within the shows, you know, like the Okada match where earlier I talked about it. Some of the guys in WWE know what they're doing or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like, oh, what a great show start to finish, or what a great storyline, or what a great angle, like that, those days are long gone if they ever were here. So
that's sad.
So if I'm going to do anything at all, I'm definitely not going to tip my hand with Easter eggs and whatever. I'm just not going to do it. If I want people to think I'm a good guy, I'm not going to do chicken shit things in the match.
Right. That's true. That's right. But
especially talking about like the Young Bucks, who are like, even they're bigger than Jungle Jack, but at least with them, they're not like some sort of intimidating presence. That's the closest thing that Jack Perry can get to a same size match is with the Young Bucks. So, you know, and FTR are like stocky, but they're short. So it's like, whatever. These aren't the kind of like, it don't work for me. But anyways, but FTR should have said like, well, why would we do that? Even if that's what I'm saying. Like when this stuff is getting brought up when they're producing the match in the back.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it is. So, yeah, no, you're right. It's true, man. But like, I guess we just gotta look past that shit and.
Well, here's another one, Jimmy. I'll give them points for this. How about we do the powder in the eyes spot, and that's not the finish. We'll just kick out. Like, why not? Like, use powder as a falsie. Sure,
maybe use that for a falsie. First of all, maybe they forgot. Maybe they accidentally threw that at the wrong spot.
Well, I'm thinking this.
Okay.
Let's pretend for a second it's a good idea.
Okay. Interesting.
I got 3 other people on my team, so none of them could break up the pin instead of me just kicking out.
True. I hate that shit too, dude.
Like if we're gonna use the powder, the tension, the tension should be, is somebody going to make the last second save or not? Because I'm fucked. Not just I just kick out when and then what? And then what do my 3 partners got to do? Just stand there and cheer me on? Like,
it's called Bushi power, vet. That's Bushi power. That's what he got. He kicked out of the friggin' out of the the friggin' dust, the powder.
It's fine. Yeah, they hit him with the powder, and then they hit a move on him too. So it's like it wasn't even just the powder. It was they hit him with something. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah.
You know what we needed to see? We needed to see Bloodsport Van Dam out of him where he can't see. You know, he's like, and then he hits him in the
throws the punch at nobody.
Yeah. He's like, you know, that's so spot.
Yeah,
that's what we needed, bro. But we didn't get that shit.
So we needed, and we didn't get it. Yeah.
We didn't get
well, I'll tell you what we did get. We got Kevin Knight doing the frog splash on Cashton for the 1, 2, 3.
Wow. I mean,
and the baby faces celebrate with their big bag of money, and
they should.
Jungle Jack reaches in the bag and gives Nick Jackson a tip. Like, here you go, buddy. Nice try. Here's a couple bucks. Get yourself something nice. They should have stole
it, bro. I'm telling you, they should have. Last week was the perfect opportunity, but.
Well, they weren't going to do it this week because the dinosaur was holding the bag, so they definitely were going to try that.
If they don't do a storyline like that at the very least right now at this point, again, where are we going with the Young Bucks before we go? I mean, they're just going to be broke. So they Barry Corbin's. Is that what it is? Are we doing this storyline?
You know what's better than Baron Corbin? Baron Corbin.
Sorry, yeah. What's better, the Bucks?
Two Baron Corbins.
Oh yes, absolutely. Come on, bro. I mean, that's
more is more.
More is more.
But thankfully for everybody, there is no more for this show. That is the end of Collision. That is the end of the Sifting, and that is almost the end of the Wreckage.
Wreckage. I almost feel sad now. So in saying that, tell them what you're up to and what you're doing, and you jumping on the.
Yes. What happened to your microphone, Jimmy? Good Lord.
What happened?
I don't know. It sounded weird for a second. But anyways, it seems to be fine now.
Good.
But yeah, I'll be jumping on twitch.tv/opinionhaver. Maybe a little bit of supposed to play some Little Nightmares 3 with our very own Lizbeth. So check that out if you want. Definitely check out the Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, or around that time, depending, for the Impact Attack with myself and Brandon talking about TNA and how bad they screw everything up with their second clip show in a row. But don't worry, if they phone it in, that doesn't mean the Impact Attack's going to phone it in. We're going to give you at least a half hour of nice content for your Monday evening. So please join us there and hang out. And that's kind of like a free period back in school, you know, where you kind of just have some time to do what you want. So if you guys want to talk about other stuff and goof around for a little bit, extend the show, then we'd be happy to take all your questions, comments, fun stuff, and we don't have to worry so much about the TNA. It's about you. Yeah. Then on Wednesday, if you want to hear about Halloween Havoc and everything that happened, as along with the freshest episode of the Next Level Wrestling Review, check out myself and Big Ray Hernandez at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday. Okay. Now, I always tell you guys to watch Wrestling with Rip Rogers every Friday, but did you know that tomorrow, as we record this, the Monday Locker Room is going to feature the Hustler Rip Rogers? Oh, yes. So that is very exciting. So I'm told. So please tune in for Monday Locker Room, and then on Friday, tune back in for Wrestling with Rip Rogers Live and ask Rip a question at their concrete time of 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Check out the Stevie Richards Show every Friday. This past week, hearing about Dr. Stevie and TNA Part 2, along with all the news and goings on of the day and breakdowns, what went wrongs, what went rights, everything like that. And check out Limpin' Ain't Easy with Timmy Baltimore every week with new, fresh content, interviews, or whatever. Two-parter with ODB is up right now, so give that a listen if you haven't. And that's it for me. What do you got, Jimmy?
Well, what I have is on Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern, it is I Like a Raw with myself and Big Ray Hernandez, where, of course, we talk all things Monday Night Raw, so check that out. Of course, go check out the Smack Attack that myself and RBV did just yesterday. It was a great episode. We nearly went 3 hours, funny enough, with that. We broke down all sorts of things in WWE and what's wrong and what's not wrong. Because, believe it or not, even WWE has been a pretty big disappointment with a lot of shows. So go check that out. And of course,
I heard Drew McIntyre was in the main event.
He was in the main event. Doesn't mean it was a good main event, though. I feel bad for him right now, though. They don't know what to do with that guy. He's done almost, I feel, bro. But anyway, tune in to find out about that. And of course, Sunday mornings, that Wreckage, same time, same channel, 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on Humming Media Group's, YouTube channel. And also, please like and subscribe right here, as you can see the little banner there, to Humming Media Group. We've hit the 1,200 mark now of subscribers again. We keep going up. So we thank you all for, continuously subscribing and sharing our stuff out and just keep getting us out there because it's working. Like I said, Vet, our numbers keep climbing. This show was the number one show for the week last week. I'm sure we'll probably hit it again this week. So we appreciate all of y'all for tuning in and sharing it. And that's about it for me. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. He is the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams. And you've been listening and watching the
Wreckage.
And just quietly, I popped and you and Professor both did it at the same time while I was out of the computer. That popped, I listened back to it. I'm like, damn it, I wasn't there for it. But yeah, man. So in saying that, we love all you. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, peace out and goodbye.